And my guess is Mayorkas kept this away from us so it wouldn't be part of his impeachment inquiry and give people another reason to vote against him. Speaking of Mayorkas, now that they've impeached him, maybe they can bring him up again and ask him a question about the following, which is why he denied Secret Service protection to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I've been reporting to you about Judicial Watch's independent investigation into the outrageous decision by the Biden administration to refuse to provide Secret Service protection to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., whose father was assassinated. The assassination of his father led to a change in the law allowing Secret Service protection for candidates for the presidency. And we know from Judicial Watch, our FOIA, that he was being threatened. And there are public reports that the threats continue. Why on earth wouldn't you give him the protection? Now, I know there are certain rules they go through. I've gone over this with you. Certain metrics they use to figure out whether someone warrants presidential Secret Service protection during a presidential campaign. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is different because of his last name. Let's be sensible about this. And it's pretty clear they don't want to give it to him because I can't think of any moral reason or law enforcement reason for denying it. I can think of a political reason because by giving him Secret Service protection, it makes him seem more important than maybe the Biden people want him to be because they don't like the idea of his challenging Biden in a third party or independent campaign. And we had new documents thanks to our FOIA lawsuit that show Mayorkas actually was the man who denied him the protection. We received 99, last week I think we talked about 65 pages of records. We received 99 pages of records the other day. And it includes a letter, two-sentence letter sent by Mayorkas to the Secret Service Director advising her the following. Let's bring up that. You can see it there. On May 26th, it's dated July 21st, 2023. Candidate for President Robert F. Kennedy submitted a request to the Department of Homeland Security for United States Secret Service protection. In accordance with the authority as set forth in Title 18 United States Code Section 305-6A7, and in consultation with the Candidate Protection Advisory Committee, I decline to identify candidate Kennedy for United States Secret Service protection at this time. And if you scroll down a little bit, you can see he CC'd it to the Candidate Protection Advisory Committee, which consists of, I think, the Senate Sergeant of Arms. Yes, the Senate Sergeant of Arms, which is an appointee of Schumer, and the four leaders of the House at the time, and Senate, Schumer, McConnell, McCarthy, and Jeffries. So I'd like to know what those five think of what Mayorkas did. But this confirms that Mayorkas is responsible. And as I said, they've got their internal metrics, but the metrics aren't the end-all and be-all because, as the document I described earlier shows, I think I quoted it again in our most recent release. Oh, I don't see the quote. Anyway, Mayorkas has discretion to issue the protection even if the technical metrics aren't met. And certainly President Biden can step up as well, according to the Secret Service's own documents, as Judicial Watch uncovered, and issue the protection or the order of protection as well. And as we noted, that they were sending letter after letter detailing the threats, asking for the protection, and Mayorkas said no. And to me, it is a dangerous and vindictive decision by Joe Biden's regime to deny Secret Service protection to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Dangerous and vindictive and blatantly political. And it's urgent. he get the protection. I mean, I don't know who you should vote for. Well, I have a personal idea who I think you should vote for, but Judicial Watch doesn't take a position on candidates. We don't say vote for or against someone. It's not a question of whether you support candidate. You could be a Biden supporter, or a Trump supporter, or Kennedy supporter, or Nikki Haley supporter. It doesn't matter. What's at issue here is what's ethical and moral and right under the rule of law here. And so Judicial Watch will continue with this litigation. I don't think this is the last batch of documents, because every batch we get, it's more and more information. I mean, it's this like a modified limited hangout of information about the failure to protect Kennedy. And I encourage you to go back and look at all of these documents. As I said in our press release about this, what did I say? It is simply despicable that Secretary Mayorkas refused needed Secret Service protection for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. That it took a federal FOIA lawsuit to force out this information speaks volumes. So the letter denying Secret Service protection, I would think if you did a FOIA search, it'd be at the top of the pile. But the fact is, we filed this lawsuit. When did we file this lawsuit? September. And it's February. It took them 5 months to give us the core letter that we asked for. If that's not an indication of corruption and the kind of an acknowledgement that they did something wrong, right? It's like a little kid who doesn't want to show you the piece of evidence that shows he did something that he wasn't supposed to do. This is the key evidence. And my guess is Mayorkas kept this away from us so it wouldn't be part of his impeachment inquiry and give people another reason to vote against him. So ugly politics, and it's one thing to kind of be concerned about government corruption, and I'm liberals and conservatives and all that. We're all, in theory, we should all be concerned about it, right? But when it means that someone's life is put at risk unnecessarily, that gets me a little bit more angry. So I'll let you know if we get anything else in response to our litigation here. But in the meantime, pray for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and that he has the best possible private security, because the feds are leaving him hanging out there by himself. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.